Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're gonna do another round of makeup I regret buying. I looked at my old video. I think I did it 4 or 5 months ago, and I made sure that I didn't repeat any products. So if you're interested in makeup that I just don't like the fact that I bought, well, here you go. The first thing on my list is a Tom Ford lipstick, and I purchased this lipstick twice. This is in the shade Negligee. It is no longer in the permanent line. It was like an amazing shade. I loved the shade. It looks so good on my complexion, and I think I remember way back when I would recommend this lipstick. However, in both instances that I purchased this lipstick, it wasn't even like a year and it stunk. Like, it went bad real quick. And for a lipstick that costs that much money, it should last you at least a decade. So this lipstick went bad twice. That means something was wrong with the formula. It couldn't have been just like a case of a bad lipstick. Twice. I'm so sad because I really enjoyed that lipstick, but it was like horribly bad. You can't put it on your lips and just pretend that it isn't there. It tasted disgusting, and so was the price. The price was disgustingly expensive. Yuck. Next up are the YSL and Chanel lipsticks that I got. Now, the experience of buying them to have them in your collection, it was special, you know what I mean? It's always this moment of excitement when you have like a luxury product. But at the same time, when I think back to those lipsticks, I have none of them right now. I still have my Charlotte Tilbury, I still have one of my Audacious lipstick, my MAC lipsticks. I have 0 left of the YSL and Chanel lipsticks that I purchased. Sometimes it is just about the name, the experience of getting the product, but it doesn't mean that the cost is necessarily equivalent to the quality that you're getting. They were lipsticks that, you know, for my makeup preference, I felt that I needed to keep. And so thinking about how much money that I spent on the product, it's kind of disheartening because they're not cheap. Chanel, YSL, you think of the name and all of a sudden your wallet feels like it needs to run away. I wouldn't take away the experience of having bought them, but I did end up getting more than one. So it's kind of like a regret that I spent more money than I should have, knowing that I wasn't gonna keep it. That's on me. Tom Ford again. The Tom Ford bronzers. I picked up 2 of the mini size bronzers because I wasn't sure which shade I wanted to get. So I ended up getting, oh my goodness, what was it? It's Terra and something, the lighter shade. So I think Terra is the medium shade, and then there is one, is it golden something? But the lighter shade. For me, they weren't horrible bronzers, but they definitely did not match the price that they were placed at. Tom Ford makeup is it's expensive. You know, it's a luxurious experience. And out of the makeup items that I've tried, I really think the game changers have been the eyeshadow quads, just because I really like the quality of them and the color selection, the color stories in the quads, and the blushes that I own, I love them. But the lipstick and the bronzer experience that I had, it was just kind of so-so. I did like them, don't get me wrong, but if I had to pick between, let's say, the Hoola bronzer or the Laguna bronzer, the Fenty bronzer, I would pick those over the Tom Ford. And Tom Ford's price tag is way above those other ones. I'm glad that I tried it, and I know that having purchased it, the experience of oh my gosh, I have a Tom Ford bronzer, I was all about it at the time, but reflecting back, it's I should have just bought one and used as much of it as I could, because I did not end up hitting pan on either one of them. Oh, Nye Banana Powder. This is old, okay? This is some old stuff. Old school YouTube like old makeup days, this was the revolutionary like baking brightening powder of the time. We didn't have all the things now, okay? I forget who popularized it on YouTube, but that became the it product to buy, and I think I got mine off of eBay at the time. And I was so sure that it was gonna be as good as everyone was making it out to be. But on my complexion, I don't know if you have seen Ben Nye, but this stuff is yellow, okay? Like banana yellow. And I think I had mixed it too a couple times with some other powders because it was ridiculously like colored under your eyes. And on my complexion, like I'm pretty yellow based. I'm sure at the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good, you know, falling into the hype. But I remember before letting it go, I would get so frustrated because I would be like, this is not even brightening for me. It just looks yellow. It doesn't, there's no like lift and just, you know, bringing forth. It looked like a medium yellow under my eyes. It did absolutely nothing. I had so much product left when I decided to give it away. It was bad. I think that has to be one of the worst powders I've ever tried in my life because it just looked horrible. Next up is an item from MAC, and I don't feel bad about it. I talk a lot of MAC on my channel, but I'm not ashamed to call out the products I don't like. And one of my most hated products is the lip gloss. I'm very picky with lip gloss, and that's why this is one of the products. But their lip gloss formula is the stickiest formula I have tried. It's a type of gloss where if your hair gets stuck in it, like your hair is gonna end up needing a wash. It's that bad. It's that goopy. And I don't know if the tube is called the lip gloss as well, but it's like a juicy tube. That one too, that one's sticky. I think I liked it at the time. I probably didn't know any better because I remember having it at a time when I was just starting makeup. But now that, you know, there's so many formulas on the market and I know that I like a thinner formula, I regret all those lip glosses that I've owned. I didn't buy a ton of them, but I've had my fair share. And for something that I didn't like, maybe I was just like pushing my way through because certain shades were popular, it's a regret. I should have just tried one and stuck with it instead of buying all these different shades and then like, I don't know, getting rid of 95% of it because the formula is just too sticky. It's those lip glosses where you go like this and it's got that pull, the string. I can't do that. I can't do it. An eyeshadow palette that I regret purchasing is the Urban Decay Naked 2. Looking back at all of like the three, I mean, I know there's more nakeds, but you know, the numbered ones. I don't regret the first one because when I got it, like I loved it. It was a very special time in makeup when the first Naked palette came out. And it's shades that I like. And then you have Naked 3, which is like rosy, pinkish shades. And I love shades like that still. But when I think of it like the Naked 2, that was the first palette I got rid of out of the three. Because it's a cool tone palette. And yes, there were certain shades that I liked, but they were few and far between. It was too cool tone for my liking. There are certain cool tones that I'm good with putting on my eyes, but a lot in that palette I wasn't good with. I pretty much, I mean, full transparency, I pretty much kept it to maintain the collection of all three, but it was the palette that I was least excited about. I was watching my video and I remember seeing like the Naked stash and I'm like, oh, Naked 2. Don't care. So yeah, whatever. All right, this is just like an added bonus, but in my makeup collection, I noticed that I had the small MAC Kabuki brush. You remember when those were like everywhere, when Bare Minerals, they did the powder, you know, swirl tap buff. Remember that one? So I think they kind of helped popularize the short Kabuki brushes. And then, you know, a bunch of other makeup companies ended up making them. But does anyone still use them for makeup application? I know some people use it for skincare or like applying stuff onto their face, but actual makeup application, I have yet to see someone use a short, thick Kabuki brush. I held on to that MAC one for dear life. It was purely for decoration. I honestly don't remember the last time I used a short Kabuki brush for makeup application. It seems so long ago. Probably Bare Minerals, honestly. I know in YouTube years, long time is like 3 years. I mean, 2016 seems like eternity away. Like, I'm talking like a decade long. I'm that many years old. Well guys, that concludes today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah, if you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. I love reading comments. I know sometimes it takes me a while to get back to you guys, but I do like to sit down with a lengthier list of comments and just like respond at once. So yes, please bear with me. I do read them though, so leave them if you are interested in doing so. This makeup look can be found on Instagram. First link in the description box down below, where I will post a photo of this makeup look along with all the products in the caption. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.